Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Ashwinth, and thank you to everybody here for making this event possible. Before I get started, I have a couple of points to make. One, AI has not fixed my broken memory, so I have a book for my keynotes. Two, I want to express my hatred of public speaking. I'm very nervous about being in front of you all here today, and Ashwinth and the team have been great. I don't know how he convinced me to get up here, but I'm here, and I'm talking somehow, so please be gentle on me. I'll do my best as I can. This will probably be my first and last solo presentation at a Zoholics event. One, because I hate public speaking. Two, because AI is the future of data. It's making things easier and faster, and I think that next year, that laptop will be replacing me and anybody else that tries to do this. So we'll just put it on loudspeaker next year, and you can just sit here and listen to the laptop. The last point I want to make is, at the event today, there's 3 representatives from Sparex, a colleague of mine who's focusing on the Zoho CRM, and one of our company's directors is here as well. He's called Mark. He's from Sparex. So if you see him, please do not tell him how easy this is. Okay? Let's keep that a secret. If you have any bosses here, ask them to leave the room now. It's a secret thing, okay? We don't want them knowing how easy this is going to be. Okay, on to the presentation. The button's not working. Oh, this one. I picked up the wrong remote. See? Told you I was nervous. Okay. Right, so yes, we are Sparex. We sell agricultural parts into the agriculture industry. We've been around for about 60 years now, and we sell everything you can think of. We have about 50,000 products. We range it from screwdriver sets and paintbrushes to tractor engines, slurry hoses, tillage, anything you can think of to do with the agriculture industry. We have entities across 17 countries, but we have an 18th one as well, which is our export market, and they sell into countries where we don't have a subsidiary. There's 9 languages spoken across the globe for us in the companies that we have, so already you can foresee an issue that we have in talking to people and getting them to use a language that may not be their first one. So using BI Analytics has been great because of the customization. Using Zoho Analytics, sorry, has been great because of the customization. You can add local languages to your reports, which has been fantastic. Throughout my experience and my years at Sparex, I've been there for 8 years now, we have these issues. These issues are common for all of our departments, okay? So first off, the BI team, when I first started, was 5 people. During COVID, it went down to 1, and then there was the hiring freeze and all of the global disasters that there was, but it was just 1 person for 8-10 months. And we had constant requests being fed into the 1 person. So there was a massive bottleneck because everybody was just coming to the 1 person for information. And yes, unfortunately, that 1 person was me. Data silos are another big issue. We've got, as most companies will have, a finance department, a HR department, we've got purchasing, we've got orders, we've got supply planning, we've got finance, invoices, we've got ASMs, we've got sales reps. There are tens of departments. They all use different systems, and guess what? None of them talk to each other. So we've had to buy other applications that can hold the data and move it across between other applications. So Analytics, Zoho 1 is a fantastic tool to do that. Because of the issues that we have with data migration, we've got issues in our data quality. So one system will say the value is this, another system will say the value is this because they don't talk to each other. So we spend countless hours in meetings and prior to meetings validating data. I can't count the amount of times where we've gone into a meeting and one department's gone, the sales of this product in this country is 10,000, and another department goes, no, it's 4,000. So then we go away and we go and look at our data again and find out which answer is right. So data issues were abundant in Sparex. And because of that issue where data wasn't clear, the quality wasn't there, we obviously led to end insights being very poor. You know, we'd go and make decisions on poor information. Therefore, the decisions would be poor, therefore the outcomes would be poor. So poor data in, poor data out. When we have reviewed staying with Zoho Analytics, feel free to boo these other vendors, by the way, that's absolutely fine. When we have looked at other vendors compared to Zoho, we looked for multiple things. The two that come to mind are how easy the software is to use, and from a director's perspective, how much it costs. And Zoho came out on top every time we've looked at it. We've had a contract renew. We have a yearly contract before we bought the Zoho One. Oh my God, I'm sweating so much. I'm so nervous. But yeah, we kept coming back to Zoho again and again, year on year. The information, the trends that they were bringing out, they stayed on top, they stayed on topic. The information they gave us, how supportive they are for Sparex, we kept coming back to them. It was a no-brainer for us. They are incredible. As I'm sure you guys agree, that's why you're here today. Okay, so because of the issues that we had, we are using Zoho Analytics for these three reasons, okay? Data integration. We want to take those data silos across the Sparex company, put them into one place, and allow analytics and AI to do the heavy lifting for us, okay? We let it do all the data transformation, let it do the cleaning, and we can sit back and use our spare resources on other things. Moving on to the data cleansing, obviously, with data pipeline, which I'm very upset wasn't around 8 years ago, because as you'll notice in a minute, a lot of our stuff was done 8 years ago, and it was heavily based in SQL. Now the pipeline exists and data prep exists. I could have done that in about a week, but I spent about months doing it instead, so thank you, Ashwin, for that one. And then finally, we've got our insights. So with clean data, with it integrated, with it all in one place, with it nice and clean, we can actually make better informed decisions, okay? And we need those to obviously make our company more profitable and continue selling. As you can see from the screen behind me, we have several data sources going into Zoho Analytics. Not only have we got our Excel files and our SQL, we've also got Google Analytics, Salesforce, and Stripe. Now, our complexities that we have in Sparex, as I mentioned earlier, we have 17 different countries, 18 different sales entities. Then we've got the head office departments, and not only do we have those 17 different countries selling, they're all on different systems. Some of them are the same instance of a system, but they all exist differently. Then we've got different systems at head office as well. And across the different systems that we have, for a singular product, say we sell this product, I would call this a product. And another system will call it a part number. Another system will call it an SKU. Another system will call it an item. So we've got all of these different ways of referring to one thing inside of one company, which, if any of you has a similar instance, is a massive headache. And we'll come on to how that can affect using AI shortly. I want to make a quick note on the Zoho data bridge. I know it's not the AI part of it, but it's very, very important that I wanted to get this across, because before the data bridge was released, we were using API processes to get the data from our SQL servers up to Zoho Cloud, and we were processing about 7,000 rows, I think, in around about an hour's time. It was too slow. We were getting more and more departments wanting more and more data. They saw the benefit of Zoho Analytics, and we needed to do more faster. Luckily, at that time, the data bridge was released, and we instigated it into our SQL server, and it was incredible. The change in speed, as you can see from the numbers here, 33 million rows in 90 minutes compared to 7,000 rows in an hour. Now, maybe that's a slow speed from our side. Maybe the mouse in the spinning wheel was having a bit of a break that day, but the 33 million rows, 90 minutes, that's incredible for us. And another one of the processes, as you can see at the very last point here, we went from 3 days to 9 minutes for moving data between one systems, doing the calculation, doing the cleaning, and getting it onto analytics, which give me 2 days and more in change back. Again, don't tell my boss, he still thinks I'm doing that. As I mentioned earlier, our data cleaning. So all of this info behind me is what we do in SQL right now, okay? Now, with the data pipeline and data prep that they've got, this would have been done in minutes and hours tops, I would have thought. But we spent months making this in SQL, doing data cleansing, nested if statements, case when statements, merging columns, deduplicating columns, splitting columns, all of the above was done over thousands of lines of SQL code. And as you saw from Ashwin's slide earlier, you've now got a pretty graphic of how that works. So this is what it did look like, or this is what it does look like right now, but I'm going to get us to that point, hopefully, very, very, very soon. Now, on to the exciting part, Zia. Ask Zia and AI, and how it's going to help you guys, hopefully, leverage your resources in your company a lot better. So we use, as I said earlier, there's just 2 members in the BI team at the moment, so it's still quite a bottleneck when people come to us. So we had to build a self-service analytics tool, which we did, which was great. But still, we get people coming to us going, how do I create a pivot table? How do I create a chart? I want this to be a different color. How do I look at this? So that was great. They were using it. That was very nice, but it still took up a lot of our time to answer those questions. With Ask Zia, you can give this to your users. They don't have to have any experience of how to create reports. They can just talk to the tool, and it will tell them or give them the answers back. And if it doesn't look right, they can keep asking questions. It's not a case of ask a question, get an answer back, and that's it. That's the conversation over. With Ask Zia's conversation mode, you can keep talking to it again and again until you get the answer that you need. With the fact that you can just ask it questions, there's obviously there's a reduced time in insights. So getting the answers you need is quicker. Writing a quick question to a tool rather than dragging things across in pivots or charts, much, much faster. Because of that, BI, we've got more time back. We can now look at other areas of the business and hopefully generate some more profit and some more benefits elsewhere, rather than just being a bit of an analytics help desk. One of the areas that we looked at recently was obviously sales on a specific project, and I set myself a bit of a challenge. I gave one of my colleagues a task to create a report that would find an answer for this information. He went away, took him 4 hours to do it. That's him using analytics still, but using it manually. Go and create a fresh report, charts, pivots, dashboards, etc. I did it using AI. I didn't tell him I did it using AI, and I did it in 5 minutes. Okay, so just talking to this tool, because of how it talks back to you, it can be so much quicker of getting the information back to you. Zia Insights. I did ask Ashwin to change that first word yesterday. He started off with a zero-click intelligence, and I informed him that you have to use the laptop. You still have to click something. So we changed it to one-click intelligence. Sorry, Ashwin, to drop you in there. So we can use, you can use your mouse, you can click one button, and you've got KPIs, insights gathered for you, as Ashwin showed on a screenshot earlier, really easily. So there's no need now to go and add charts. There's no need to go and add data points to the chart. You don't have to extract it to Excel or recalculate things or look at growth percentages. You can press a button, and it will figure it all out. Again, giving you more time to do other things, or more time to chill at your desk, depending on how ethical you are at your workplace. I won't tell your boss if you won't tell mine. And again, we went from looking at descriptive reasoning as to why things were happening. We went from 3 days down to 30 minutes. So we spent 3 days looking at a project. We deep dived into the data. We used the drill down function within analytics. It's fantastic. But again, AI, Ask Zia, can just do it faster. Come to the video now. I'll pause this if I need to, but this is an example of the questions that I asked Ask Zia within my workspace. This is near enough real time. So if you think about how this would take actually somebody to create a chart, actually export it, this is all done, in a few minutes. I'm just going to catch my breath. So again, if I just pause it there, the insights I was talking about earlier, you don't have to wait anymore. You don't have to think about how am I going to find out the key information for me, what's going to make a difference, how am I going to present this. You've got it here. As we saw earlier, you can turn it into a slideshow. It's all here with Ask Zia. It is so, so simple. So those are the insights. Now we get into the diagnostic part of it. So we're asking why. So in a few seconds there, it's analyzed my data set and given me answers as to why my sales have dropped in 2024. Okay, so it's gone looking over the different channels. It's gone looking over sales channel, markets, product groups, and given me the impact of the overall drop as well. So again, a few seconds worth of work, asking the right questions to the tool can get you really quick answers. And finally, the potentially £1 million question is, how do I get that back? What can I do now? And again, these are recommendations. It doesn't know your business. It doesn't know how the issues you've got in your warehouse or what suppliers not paying their bills and what other things are going on in the globe. But it can tell you what it recommends based on the information available to it. Okay, so these are just recommendations. Please do not sue Zoho if you try one of these and it doesn't get you the money it promises. I've tried it. I failed. But it can help. It can help really, really quickly. Finally, I just want to touch on Zia Insights. So as well as Ask Zia, where you've got obviously the conversation mode, you can come onto a chart and you can hit Zia Insights. And sorry, if I just run it back there. Oh, no, what have I done? Sorry. Here we go. So if we look here, as Ashwin highlighted earlier, you've got a diagnose button. So you've got your information, you've got your insights that is found. You've got your diagnose button, so we can look at the sales drop in 2024. Why has it happened? And now we've got a nice little graphic, and we've got the top 2 drivers as well. So it's giving you information not only on what has happened, but it's giving you the key points and in a nice presentable format as well. So quite easily you can now turn that into a slideshow, take a screenshot, send it off to your colleagues, and hopefully work together to find an answer. And again, by clicking on Know More, it does more analysis on the data available to it to find out more information, and just keeps going with the level of data it can give you to get you the answers you need. Okay. Okay, our company, as I mentioned earlier, we've obviously used Zoho Analytics across multiple departments. We've got finance, marketing, e-commerce, and more. All of these departments now have information within analytics, and they all absolutely love it. It's sped up most of their processes. They wait minutes now for answers rather than hours and days. One sales acceleration point I want to make you aware of with using Zoho Analytics and Ask Zia is we're able to query why aren't these products selling in the market. It was able to identify a range of products that weren't selling in a specific country across the globe. It was doing that as well. We come up with an idea to reprice those products. We lowered the price for them. We repriced them. We asked Zia to then output the file in the right format for all those different systems that we mentioned earlier. So it gave me 7 to 10 different output files. We moved them into the local market systems. All the products got repriced. And then all of a sudden, we started seeing sales, just because they weren't priced correctly. All right? So within minutes, again, of creating a process in the boardroom, in the meeting rooms with the colleagues, but then adding it into Ask Zia and Analytics, we're able to generate the input, the output, track it, and report on it all in one instance. And Ask Zia and Analytics was crucial in that. One of the final things I want to talk about is not only does it do your charts and your graphs as your basic information that you would use normally, but we also uploaded a custom image of our warehouse. So this is one of our warehouses down in Exeter. This is a map of our warehouse, and we plotted in XY coordinates, and then we linked it to our invoices data, our sales data, so we were able to identify where where our warehouse staff were visiting the most. And what we wanted to make sure, which is proven by this graphic here, is the bottom right of the picture there is our output, our warehouse, our goods out. So this is proof to us that we've got our goods in the right place because our custom image, our heat map, Ashwin, what was the phrase you taught me yesterday? Geospatial data analysis, that was the one. Here I am, thank you very much. There I am going to an Ashwin yesterday, I've got a pretty image to show. And he goes, oh yeah, it's geospatial data analysis. I was like, make sure I say that, I sound smart, but I've obviously ruined it now. But still, this allowed us to put this image in, using the tools that they give us, and we were able to confirm where our products are being used in the warehouse. It's hard not to easily identify the business benefits that we've got, but on the board there you can see with the analytics tool, with AskZia, with the support that the Zoho team can give to your company, these things are hopefully near enough guaranteed. Ourselves, we use a range of features within our analytics tool. The main one there in the bottom right is the 25% adoption of AI, okay? So we've got 41 million rows of data, staff across the globe, and we are slowly upping our usage of AI. We do not want to go too fast. You can obviously go too fast with it, but you have to have those well-trained people in each of the departments to use it correctly. So we're going slow with it. We want to make sure it's right. It can be a wonderful tool, but we don't want to go too fast, and I recommend the same to you guys as well. It's great, but just take it easy. Finally, with the use of Zia, analytics, the different departments we've got, and everything I've just mentioned, we have seen a massive growth in how people are using analytics. So there's a growth of people using analytics. They are then doing their self-serve, so they're making more reports. They are accessing it more, reporting more, and using it more. And what we found is a more informed workforce can obviously make better and more informed decisions. That's it for me. Thank you very much for your attendance today. Thank you to Ashwin for your time. The only thing I want to finish off with is Zoho Analytics. Zoho is incredible. AI is the future in well-trained hands. And please don't tell my boss how easy this is. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kris. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's an amazing story. Thank you so much. So we're going to stick around here, right outside the hall. So we're breaking now for a 30 minutes brief break. So we're going to be there at the break area. So in case you want to catch up with any of us, please feel free. We're more than happy to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed the session. And I'm not going to tell your boss, Kris. Yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you.